Bitch, you won't be we should be closer than friends. If you OPN, engaging you's on my agenda. Request my cherry. Welcome back to my channel, guys. I hope you had a very Merry Christmas. Tonight, I'm going to be bringing you my take on my family recipe for mac and cheese. You're going to start out with milk. Both these containers have milk in it. You're going to need some flour, sour cream, also Velveeta cheese or butter, Velveeta cheese, cream cheese, mozzarella, a mixture of Monterey Jack and Kobe cheese, and lastly, sharp cheddar cheese. Now, you can use any cheese you want, but this is the cheese that we're going to use tonight, and it's absolutely delicious. So stay tuned, and we're going to get right into this. So first, you guys, we're going to start out making a roux. We're going to melt down 1 stick of butter. I recommend you have all your ingredients together when you're trying to make a roux because it can go really quickly and you don't want to burn your butter and you don't want to burn the roux. So we're going to melt this butter down. This is 1 stick of butter. We're going to add to this 1 stick of butter a 1/2 cup of flour, and we're going to cook it all together, okay? You want to make sure you mix this very well. You don't want any clumps in your roux, so you're going to continuously stir with whatever you use. I'm using a wooden spoon because this is my nonstick pan, but if you're not using a nonstick pan, you can use a whisk. Some nonstick pans allow you to use metal utensils, so if that's the case, use a whisk. But this wooden spoon is working out just fine for me. You're going to see that I'm going to keep stirring and stirring and stirring so I don't have any lumps in my roux. That is the key. You do not want any lumps in your roux because then you're just going to have lumps of flour throughout your mac and cheese, and that's going to be disgusting. So make sure you keep stirring and stirring and stirring your roux and getting all those lumps out as you see me doing here. Also, you're going to want to cook this roux for a good 5 minutes. You want to keep continuously stirring it so it won't stick or lump up. But you need to cook that flour taste out of your roux. And that's another pro tip when making a roux. Cook the flour taste out. Right now, yes, everything is mixed together nicely, but you still need to cook it a little longer to get that flour taste out and to get it to be that rich, buttery taste we're looking for. Now I'm going to add in my 1.5 cups of milk. This is not all the milk I have, but I'm just adding in the first 1.5 cups of milk now. You're going to want to add it in slowly while continuously stirring because this also might cause your roux to have lumps in it, and you don't want that. So you want to continuously stir and stir and stir. You're going to cook this, and you're going to see it thicken up. And this is what we're looking for. This is the base of our cheese sauce, you guys. So make sure you continuously stir this. Right now, you see it's very watery and liquidy, but in about 2 minutes, you're going to see how thick this will thicken up. So now, you guys, you're going to see me seasoning my roux. Yes, I season my roux. Pepper and salt. I like to season my roux because I like to season in layers. You will now see how thick the roux is becoming, you guys. This is the exact consistency you want right here. This is going to give you a nice and creamy cheese sauce, no lumps. And throughout this process, I continuously stirred my roux, never left it, and continuously stirred it. Now you're going to see me adding in my cheeses. My 16 ounces of Velveeta cheese, 1 pack of cream cheese is going to be 8 ounces of the mozzarella cheese, 8 ounces of the mixture of Kobe and Monterey Jack cheese, and then I'm going to add in 3 cups of cheddar, sharp cheddar cheese. It comes in a 4-cup bag, but I'm going to use 3 cups in my cheese sauce, and the last cup I'm going to save later to top the top of my macaroni and cheese before I put it in the oven. So now, you guys, make sure you keep an eye on your temperature that you're using to cook your cheese. You're going to want to continuously stir and stir and stir
When I tell you your arm is going to get a good workout from doing this, your arm is going to get a good workout. And the key with this is to keep stirring. This is going to seem like it's very thick, but that's what we're looking for. I like a very creamy, thick baked mac and cheese. Now it's time to add the sour cream. The sour cream is going to give a little zing to it. Right here is a half a cup. You don't need any more. You don't need any less. This is the right amount for my recipe. Now, if you love sour cream, go ahead and add more. But this is just the right amount for my recipe. We're going to mix that through and through. The key to this, you guys, I know it looks very thick, but the key to this is to continuously stir and have the right temperature. Right now, I have this on 375 degrees on my little cooktop, portable cooktop. But the key to this is to continuously stir it and let that cheese melt. It takes time, but the cheese will melt down, you guys. Okay, now you'll see me adding in my paprika as well as my Tony Cajun seasoning. And you're going to get this a nice mix or stir. Make sure you mix it very, very good, you guys. At this point, it is very thick, okay? You better put some elbow grease into it. You know, the old saying, put some elbow grease into it. But continuously mix this. Now, once again, I have sped this up for YouTube. This is going to take time. You're not going to mix this in 1 or 2 minutes. This literally probably takes a good 30 minutes of mixing, you Here guys. You will see me add the last cup of milk to my cheese sauce, you guys. So, like I said earlier, it might seem thick. At this point, you can really judge how much more milk you need. Start out with the cup first, and if you need more, add probably a quarter cup at a time to get it to the consistency you prefer. Remember to keep an eye on your temperature. You don't want the heat too high to quickly melt this cheese because cheese will burn very quickly. The key is to keep a good medium, highish heat and to continue stirring. If you need to adjust your heat lower, do that because you do not want to burn your cheese. So medium to medium high heat and stirring. You want to melt this cheese at a gradual pace. You don't want to do it too fast, but you don't want to do it too slow because then the cheese won't melt and you'll be sitting there with a sore arm and shoulder the day after you cook this recipe. Here I'm adding my noodles to an unbuttered container that I will be baking it in. I love the larger size noodles. You can use whatever size noodles you want. I will add a half a stick of butter in, and I'm going to let this melt down. Now, when I boiled my noodles, I did boil them in salted and oiled water, and that's a key. It's going to give it flavor, and the oil is going to also give flavor, but allow the noodles not to stick while they're cooking. So now I'm adding in some pepper. I love pepper in my mac and cheese. A little bit of this Himalayan pink salt, as well as 1 egg. You're going to mix this all together very well. By this time, you guys, I did let my noodles cool just a little bit because I don't want scrambled eggs in my noodles. So you're going to mix this all together. Make sure you get the egg coated on all of the noodles, okay? So now it's time to add this nice and creamy, cheesy sauce to that macaroni, you guys. You see the consistency of this? It's nice and thick and creamy and cheesy and delicious. This is going to be the best mac and cheese you ever had. So I went ahead and poured this over all of my noodles, and I'm going to give this a good mix. Mix this all the way through. Make sure every noodle has some cheese on it, inside of it, around it. Just make sure through and through this is all mixed. Don't skimp on this part, you guys. Make sure it's all mixed because you're going to see how nice and golden brown this is going to come out. This is going to be the star to any potluck you bring this mac and cheese to. You're going to add probably a good 90% of this cheese sauce, if not all of it. You can judge, but at least 90% of it. So after you have this all nicely mixed, you want to spread it out so it's evenly in the pan. And with that last cup of cheese we put aside, we're going to put that on top to give us that nice cheesy crust. You want to spread that evenly on top of the mac and cheese, not forgetting any spots, nooks, or crannies. Next, you guys, I want you to cut up a half a stick of butter into cubes and evenly distribute this on top of your mac and cheese. This is going to give that nice buttery cheesy goodness we all love. So here it is, you guys, my oven baked macaroni and cheese. You can see all of the goodness bubbling up on the side. This crust is to die for. If you love that cheesy crust on top of your mac and cheese, you're going to love this. This was a hit at our family Christmas dinner this year. It was absolutely none left. So if you liked what you've seen, please give this video a like, please subscribe, and don't forget to hit that notification bell. But I want to say thank you for watching my video, and I hope you all had a very Merry Christmas.